CW. We've discussed this many of times on this show. And, well, we got an update. Actually, I got this a couple of days ago. We haven't been able to use it yet. Screen Rant put out an article, and Dove Cameron has given an interview that the series might be going forward or might not. You know, it's hard to say. It's hard to gauge on there. But I'm going to read this into there, and we'll discuss this a little bit. Dove Cameron, who plays Bubbles in the live-action Powerpuff Girls series, gives an optimistic update about the filmmakers' decision to get it right. Get it right. They got it wrong from the beginning with. The live-action version of Bubbles gives some hope about the status of the Powerpuff series. The CW announced the development, which is not on their listings right now at the moment due to the sale of the series early last year, intended to portray the iconic superheroines as older, disillusioned young women, which that would be the problem. The original series Powerpuff Girls, created by animator Craig McCracken, followed three children with superpowers who frequently saved the city of Townsville from monsters and other disasters, which I love that series. It was such a great series. And Japan almost had it right too. That Japanese version that came out for a little bit that didn't do too well. Since its announcement, the series has hit numerous roadblocks. The first was the network rejected the pilot episode through it never revealed the full scope of the reasoning. Next, the show had initially cast Chloe Bennett, she played Quake on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as Blossom, Dove Cameron as Bubbles, and Yanni Perlett as Buttercup, but later lost Bennett due to scheduling conflict. There was no scheduling conflict because basically the only thing that she's done since this whole thing was some honor special. That's about it. I mean, if you go through her IMDb and her scheduling, if she had a family situation, that's a different story. But as far as the industry standards, she's pretty much off the map for now. And I can understand why, because basically the script was awful. And from the footage and the pre-footage, there was some of the shots were out there. And, the script leaked online, and you saw how horrible it was. Anybody would walk away. And I would say, walk away from this script. After the rejection, delay production. No, the production was sent back into Screen Rant's amazing sometimes. Additionally, Donald Faison, played by Professor Dracutanium in the pilot, but his role's ongoing production is unknown. Yeah, because he's moving on to another CW series, which that's another situation in itself. I think Booster Gold that he's going to be doing. Despite everything, filming is supposed to be going steadily, but there hasn't been any tangible updates for some time. Well, there's been no news they've recast Bennett's role. Cameron recently told Comic Book that the showrunner and producers are very, very, very pleased where the Powerpuff Girls currently stands, though she couldn't develop into any mini details given the franchise popularity and possible spoilers or misinterpretation. Cameron didn't make the point of saying that the creative team wants to get the show right. She even compares the rejected pilots to the Game of Thrones. Which rejected pilot? It's been several. Which scrapped and revised its pilot before premiering. For such an ambitious project tied to a fan-favorite cartoon that today embodies nostalgia, Cameron comments about the slow show's possibility being done wrong in 99 different ways. Try 101. Refreshing a bit of honesty. That must be due to the high concept elements that attempting to take such a bright, innocent show for kids and turning into an edgy shadow of itself. How many are edgy shadows? Let's see. Let's talk about Riverdale for a bit and see how bad that is these days. Same thing with Sabrina. The star seems aware of the attachment fans have to the Powerpuff Girls and hints that the creators seem want to satisfy those people. Powerpuff seems to fall firmly into the camp of who asked for this, but it's determined to exist anyway. But then, well, be good for some fans. The CW's disapproval of the first is a blessing, and even though there will be detractors for a potential better show, is a win. And after all, the internet itself bullied into a live-action Sonic the Hedgehog team producing. Major difference with the Sonic the Hedgehog. So if Powerpuff creative seem poised to want the series and fans justice, they should get the opportunity. Cameron positively indicates that they could very well happen, but more information emerged before the extent of these changes are apparent. See, the thing is, with the CW, with Sonic the Hedgehog, the fans were saying this does not look like this is like they took it apart, went back, re-CG'd the whole entire movie, which delayed the movie another year. With this situation, the scripts that were coming out were awful. The look was awful. What they wanted to do, a dark, edgy shadow of itself. That is the problem. You've done dark, shadow, edgy stuff on there. Like I said, Riverdale. How many of the vampire series that they've had? Supernatural is the only one that is a dark, edgy ones that has been okay. And now they want to do a prequel series. This is about maybe the third or fourth spin-off that they're going to try with Supernatural, which hasn't worked out for them. They need to give. And remember, the CW, and the biggest part of it, the CW is up for sale. CBS and Warner wants to get rid of this. They want to cut it aside. The Babylon 5 reboot is been shelved for a year. That should tell you what is going on in this network. The ratings are just crashing on everything. Remember another episode I discussed. Arrow had started out with 4 million. So did Flash. 3 million at Legends of Tomorrow. All those series ended up below 700,000 viewers. Some had all the way down to about 300,000 to 500,000 is about the average. Just being nice on that. 4,400 closed out in the 300,000 range, and many other the series. They're continuing to funnel money into these series that have not been successful. In other words, you're playing this for a small group of people. Why the commercial sponsors have not walked away from this network? I'm very shocked, because they're pumping money into sponsorships for these shows. It's a waste of money. Powerpuff is a waste of money. If they wanted to do let me give my 2 cents. If they want to make an adult version, skip the live action, go to Japan, and create one through Japanese writers, and McCracken, of course. He should have his 2 cents, because this is his creation, and create an adult version, really good action, similar to something like a My Hero Academia. It can be done. It can be done. All this dark, brooding Batman type that they want to create, which interjects politics and LGBTQ situations, and this is the push. This is why we've been criticizing stuff like Lord of the Rings, which is coming up after the break. You're going to be surprised on the Lord of the Rings series that I'm saying remove the top section of the title Lord of the Rings, because it's not Lord of the Rings. It's not. It's a piece of it, but it's not a Lord of the Rings. This is a butcher job. It's a hack job. This is what's happening with this. It's a hack job. Kung Fu, it's a hack job. Walker Texas Ranger, it's a hack job. It doesn't resemble these original series. I just watched Nightmare Alley, the Guillermo del Toro movie. Happened to be very good, about almost 3 hours long. There's some little pieces from the Tyrone Powell movie that's been changed around, but not much. When you look at frame to frame, scene to scene, Guillermo caught the eye of the original director on that one and did a pretty good job of it. I recommend go take a look at that. Go take a look at that movie and see the Tyrone Power version and see the differences between the two. You'll be shocked. You'll be surprised. Like I said, there's some things here and there that, but I could push that aside. And that happens. I remember the time period. These are the 1940s. Nightmare Alley, 1940s. Guillermo was able to bring the femme fatale full steam in this, which I enjoyed. My wife wants to watch it again. And this is a long movie. It's a long-ass movie. Longer than the original. The original's about 2 hours. This is bordering almost 3. But this is what needs to be done. Situations like this, where you look at the movie itself or the TV series. If you're planning to do a, say for example, you want to make you want to go years after, like a Powerpuff Girls. You want to make them adults, but make it proper. It's a kids series. You're trying to make it adult. Riverdale is Archie Comics. You turned an Archie cartoon and Archie Comics into a dark, edgy, brooding TV series. Did we really need that? The Sabrina one, that could have been done better. But that already was a bit dark, even for the cartoon itself. Not really, truly dark, but hey, listen, there were a lot of things in there that were real weird. Because, you had the Groovy Ghoulies with that, and that's another whole show in itself.